choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I find myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Woo! Struggle streaming. Struggle streaming. I tell you, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But it's always something. Nothing that can't be fixed. That's the good part about it. Nothing that cannot be fixed. How's everybody doing out there? Woo! This great Sunday evening. We call it Memorial Day weekend. No, it's not. What are you talking about, girl? It's Labor Day. I got my holidays mixed up. I got my holidays backwards. I'm behind. I'm behind in time. No, oh boy, we up the calendar already. We in September. Oh my, me, oh my. Hey, if you haven't done so already, follow me, subscribe on one of the platforms. I'm excited to be in the house streaming with you tonight on this lovely Labor Day weekend. What is Labor Day? Labor Day is supposed to be some sort of holiday that's supposed to give workers a break, right? How we gonna give them a break if things need to stay in operation? So we gonna let everybody get off, everybody go home, at the fire department, the hospital. Oh boy. It's one of the last major, no, it's not. It's the beginning, if you ask me, of the big major holidays that should be taking place. We got Halloween coming up where you get all the candy, all the kiddies get all the candy to get cavities in their teeth. Oh, Lord. And then what's after Halloween? Then we got the big Thanksgiving where we go slaughter all the turkeys and we get to eat turkey and whatever other type of animal you choose to have on your table. For the vegetarians, I know they got pescatarians, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. They have fish or what have you. But Thanksgiving is the next holiday after that. And then we got the big old Christmas, commercializing of the ability to empty your pockets on gifts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm excited. I used to be real excited growing up about holidays. I don't know about you. And then as I have gotten seasoned in age, I'm not going to say older, but seasoned in age. Welcome, hey, to go Steve. Seasoned in age. I what was I getting ready to say? Steve, you just distract. I'm not gonna blame it on you. I'm gonna blame it on that seasoned in age. Holidays I like to barbecue. As I got seasoned in age, I like to barbecue. I didn't forget. Oh boy, I'm silly. I'm silly this great Sunday evening, but it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, I like to barbecue, but guess what? I won't be barbecuing this Labor Day. I believe Memorial Day is my last big barbecue, if you will, on the holidays. Uh, like felt like my chair kind of sliding down on me. Excuse me, guys, but let's get it back up. All right, there we go. We don't need to be sliding down the chimney. We don't need to be sliding down the chimney, but let's see who else followed. Somebody else followed minutes ago. Welcome, 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 welcome to all the chat. So what we're gonna be talking about tonight? We just got through with the seven sacred echoes. That was a treat all in itself, if you ask me. Let me see, where is my list of the seven echoes? But as we brought the echoes on home, let's see. Let me find my list, if you will. Let's see. I usually have them sitting right here by me or pulled up. Let's see. Nope. Okay, where's my sheet? I have a cheat sheet. Y'all remember the cheat? Anybody know what a cheat sheet is? Used to have a sheet. See, that's not right. I usually have it pulled up. Let me see more documents. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab them because I want to talk a little bit about them. They were pretty interesting. 1 second. I'm back. So yeah, the echoes were lessons that follow you, things that kind of resonate in the back of your head or in the back of your mind. And I had came up with some titles for them. One was The Whisper That Won't Let You Quit. She shared fire in her silence when pain becomes a prophet. The echo of a praying mother. God was in the detour. The sound of forgiveness. And yesterday, I believe, we had a little switcheroo on it, was the echo that raised me to the grace that found me, and is how and why I sit where I sit today. And so it leads me to just talk about legacy. What is legacy? Legacy is, like a long lasting impact, but I'm talking about the voice of legacy. Legacy is a voice. Legacy isn't quiet. It doesn't whisper. It speaks in every room. It speaks in every room that you go into. It speaks to every situation or circumstance that you deal with. For me, I speak to every mentor, person that I mentor, in every sermon, when I preach. Legacy is a voice. In every legacy that you leave pertaining to what you speak and in your voice, you leave an echo behind. You know, I used to think that survival was a goal, but I realized that survival was just a setup, just a setup. And see, I found legacy to be a mission. Realizing my voice carries Harlem grit, that's right, Bronx rhythm, and a Florida fire. It's just not mine. Comes from my grandmother, comes from my grandfather and my grandmother prayers, comes from my father's silence, and it comes from my community's cry for a healing. That's right. Legacy has a voice. And you know what? It speaks truth. It speaks healing and it speaks power. You see, I'm not just a podcast. I don't just podcast. I prophesy. You have the ability to prophesy. Remember, when pain becomes a prophet, we all have the ability to prophesy. We all have the ability to see before that which could stop us from harm. You might call it intuition. Some of us call it hindsight 2020. But this is not just a podcast. I prophesy. I don't just stream. I serve. Even though this streaming is a new thing for me, it's part of that legacy of which legacy has a voice. But before I became a streamer, I was a server. And I still serve in the community in which I belong. Let's put it like this. I don't just serve in the community, I serve in the world, because wherever there's a need, and if they reach out to me and we can make it happen, we're going to make it happen. So legacy has a voice. Remember, it's that long lasting impact. It's not so much what you leave, but it's what you do now. That part. I just don't speak. You just don't speak. You echo. See, our legacy is more than what we leave behind. You said that, right? It's more than what we leave behind. See, for me, when you've been raised in the streets, found by grace, and called to lead, guess what? My voice becomes a movement. That's right. I'm Jazzy Warren, the Harlem born, Bronx bred, Florida forged. And guess what, people? This is episode 14. Let's talk with Jazzy Wanda. Welcome. Legacy has a voice. Can you believe it? We on episode 14. I'm just plowing at it. I cannot believe we're on episode 14. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Participate in the chat if you will. And one thing about my voice, it'll never be silenced. And you shouldn't allow yours to be silent. See, the sound of legacy is a survival that before I had a platform, I had a pulse. See, my voice was shaped by sirens, loud noises. They say I talk loud. My son be like, hey, could you lower your voice? That come from being shaped by them sirens. Growing up in them big cities, y'all know fire trucks, sirens, ambulance, side-eyed, people looking at you crazy, in a sacred silence. I didn't speak to be heard, excuse me, but I spoke to be healed. Little did I realize, or little did I know. See, the streets taught me a rhythm, and the spirit taught me revelation. That's right. And somewhere between the two, I found my sound. Have you found yours? Have you found yours? Let's talk for a moment, if we will, about the difference between noise and narrative. Have you found your sound? Stay with me now. Stick with me. Stick with me. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. If you will, about the difference between noise and narrative. See, in today's world, in the age of social media and constant content, noise is everywhere. Oh, you bet. Scrolling through endless posts, all kind of crazy ads and opinions. It's the clutter. That's right. It's the clutter that makes it hard to focus. But let's talk about narrative. Have you found your voice yet? We're talking about legacy has a voice. See, narrative, on the other hand, is what cuts through the clutter. It's the story that sticks with you, the message that makes you pause and think, okay, Jazzy, I'm with you. Noise is often just sound without structure, like static or random clatter. Noise. But when sound is organized, and it's organized with intention, emotion, and progression, it becomes a narrative. That's right. So whether we're talking media, music, or meaning, narrative is the signal and noise is the interference. Guess what? Have you found your sound? Make sure you are making a signal and not a whole lot of noise. That's right, because we're talking about legacy has a voice, and you want your voice to be heard. You want your voice to have meaning. You want your voice to have impact. You want it to echo across the nation and across the ears of those that encounter what you have to say. See, legacy starts in the quiet, in the places where we learn to listen before we can lead. Because everybody want to be a leader. Everybody want to be on the forefront. You got to be able to listen. You hear? You have to be able to listen before you can lead. If you're not a listener and you have never positioned yourself to be able to listen to someone's orders, someone's directions, someone's instructions, how do you expect someone to listen to you? One thing for sure, one thing about it, I have listened to pain. I have listened to power. And I've even listened to the echoes of those who came before me. Now, that part, to the echoes of those that came before me, those that left something significant, like a narrative, for me to be able to go back and relate to. Me to be able to have maybe a blueprint or a template. And so now, you can too, can speak with all of them in my voice. You know, the books you may pick up and read and the knowledge you gain through the years. You know, hey, guess what? That's where our voice come from. A lot of people and don't believe that. Well, it's not fair to say. Nah, we're not gonna say that because that's not fair to say. Maybe some people, not a lot of people, but some people. Too many people to put a lot in there. I ain't gonna do that to you now. Allegedly, maybe I need to throw in allegedly, allegedly. But a lot of people, if they only realize the knowledge that comes from some of the books and some of the blueprints and the templates that was left behind for us, would be in such a better place in the ability to hear, to have listened, to the ability to heal. Because those that came before us, make no mistake about it, those that came before us, that went through the pain, went through the trenches, and was able to come out on top and left a blueprint, if you will, left a template. That's the ability to listen. I didn't say follow, I said listen. So that you can position yourself with your voice to lead. So that's where I get, maybe you get, the ability to have their voice through your voice, through the knowledge and the narrative that they left, not the noise. The noise is nothing but a bunch of clatter. We got a lot of noise going on in the world today. We need somebody with some narrative to step forward. You know what I'm saying? To step forward and give us some substance, give us some meat. So for me, and it could for you, the mic, that's right, the mic has become a mantle. You just don't hold the mic, you carry a mantle. That's right. Every time I speak, this is me now. Every time I speak, I don't know about when you speak, but every time I speak for the ones who couldn't. I often find myself speaking for the ones who won't, who's scared to, who's afraid to. I speak for those that have been silenced by trauma, for those silenced by systems and by a level of shame. See, I often find myself speaking for the ones who were told they were too loud. Yeah, they were too loud and too broken. So you have to understand that your voice, and I'm not going to call it a weapon, but it could be a weapon if it needed to be. It could also be a witness. That's right. Or a wellspring, sprouting out the goodness and the glory. So, like I stated earlier, I had no knowledge that this was gonna boil down to, but guess what? I podcast to prophesy. That's right. I podcast to prophesy, to share with you, to teach you. I stream to serve you. And I speak to stir up something sacred. Because when you, me, maybe not you, but you and me, been raised by the streets and redeemed by grace, your voice becomes a movement. That's exactly what it becomes. Because you got plenty echoes and a lot to say and a lot to teach those coming up behind us through the trenches. Remember, I said my mic was a mantle. And guess what? My mic isn't just metal, it's a ministry. Little did I know. It's a ministry. And I can, and you can use it to build platforms. Remember, not just content, but in the content, make sure there's a narrative. Make sure there's something of substance in that content. So you can use it to build a legacy, not just for likes. See, a legacy isn't just what we leave, it's what we live. It's what you fashion and model on who you are, motto in who you are. What you're doing, what you're going to do, the impact that you'll have and that you leave on people. Those that you help. Those that you help come up out of situations and circumstances. Help them overcome their trials and their tribulations. See, if you have a voice that has a narrative, people will listen. People will listen to what you have to say because it just may help them. And if it's not for them, hey, they'll pass it on to somebody that it can help. And that's the laying down of the legacy of your voice that you are living and that you will leave. I never once realized that. Hey, I'm sharing with you. It's coming to me as I'm sharing it with you. That legacy has a voice. And it's not just what we leave behind. Because the reality of it is, we got to live it in order to leave it. That's right. We got to live it in order to leave it. So when conversating and when sharing, I don't know why I'm going here, but I'm going to go here because that's what's coming up. Don't waste nobody's time. Man, people don't got time to be wasted. You know, when you come to someone, a conversation, come with a sensible, meaning conversation. Life is too short for foolishness. If you need help and you come in to ask for help, or you may just be coming because you need somebody to hear you out. And they listen. And you can just come to them for them to listen. And maybe sometimes you do. You just need somebody to listen. But 9 out of 10 times you're looking for an answer. Take heed in what information is relayed back to you after you come with the sharing. Make no mistakes about it. If you come with some foolishness, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to let you know I don't got time for the foolishness. I'm going to be nice about it. Because remember, legacy has a voice. I'm not going to be mean about it. And prayerfully, I'm not prayerfully, prayerfully, I'm not going to be nasty about it. What the hell? Oh, I had to laugh at that one myself. Oh, man. But yes. There's a lot of people that carry a lot of resources of information within inside of themselves through knowledge, through experience, and they're willing to help if you're willing to listen. That's the most important part. We want help, but we don't want to listen. We don't want to take heed to what somebody is sharing with us when they have already come through the trenches, been there, done that. And apparently, you either know that or you're being led to them by some strange reason. And the grace of God, the glory of God, I have no idea, but you're being led to them. Take heed and listen. So, like I said, it's not what we leave, it's what we live. Our voice should build bridges. Bridges between generations, bridges between genres, bridges between grief and glory. We should be echoing healing. We should be echoing truth. And most important, we should be echoing tomorrow. That's right. We should be echoing tomorrow. From Harlem Grit to Florida Fire. My voice, your voice. I know for a fact if my voice, your voice carries the blueprint of survival and the sound of elevation. I'm not just speaking, I'm building. And every word is a brick in the empire of impact. That's right. When you speak and when you share, you know that saying, iron sharpen iron. When you get around someone that has as much knowledge as you or more, or someone that has more knowledge than you, that's iron sharpens iron. You know, these days is people is big on this mentor thing. You gotta have a mentor, somebody that been there, done that, because you trying to get there. Gotta be able to listen, gotta be able to follow instructions, and the mentor got to be able to lead. Okay? And, you know, just like everybody want to be a leader, everybody want to be a mentor, and got nothing they can they can share on the mentoring. Now that's a whole nother topic or a whole nother subject, if you will. But yeah, this new revelation of mentoring. I gotta go. I got a mentor. I gotta go get a mentor, and you know, just for the sake of it, having a mentor. Books, book knowledge. You know, different books, all sorts of books. Yeah, the big book. A lot of people, not most. There I go with the most again. We're not gonna put it on most, but several people believe in the big book, the holy book, the Bible, if you will. But I consider all books to be have knowledge in them. You know, you take what resonates with your spirit. You take what resonates with your mind. Because the bottom line with life is what you believe. What you believe and what you hold to that belief in your mind is what's going to manifest for you. So, one book might not resonate with Sally, but it resonates with Joe. Doesn't make it not a good book because it didn't resonate with Sally. Everybody has their own mind and has the ability to believe and choose, if you will, how they so desire. You know, because I know I was stuck on, if you want to call it stupid, at one point when I just said, oh, I don't read it. The only book I read is the Bible. The only book I read is the Bible. Give yourself a break, girl. Okay, that religious mindset. It's a good book to read. But there's other books that's just as good, if you ask me, that have some good knowledge, have some laying down of foundations of what people have been through so that they can share with you how you can overcome that which they already been through. You have a lot of authors that write good books. That's their voice. That's legacy has a voice. It's what they're leaving behind. Those good books. while I'm talking about it, while I'm talking about books, your girl need to write. Jazzy need to write a book. And trust me, I've been writing and writing. I need to get it on paper. So let's speak it into existence. By the time the new year comes in, I'm gonna have a draft. I'm gonna go easy on myself. I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna have a book because I'd be sitting there lying to you. No, because we're not doing an AI book. No, we're not doing an AI book. AI could probably help, but we're not doing an AI book. Because if I do an AI book, I can have a book next week. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. I can have a book next week. But I said get a draft because legacy has a voice, and that would be my voice in writing in a book. You should write a book because that would be your voice in writing. Legacy has a voice. It's that impact is what you leave and what you live. Yeah. Yep. So every word is a brick by brick by brick in your empire of impact. That part.